This is A Monsoon Rising by Thea Guanzon. Is that how we say her name?
Sure.
I think it's, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. And this is
No
Megan. Huh?
I was like, no disrespect. And she really,
Yeah, true. No disrespect. I just don't know how to say people's names. But this is Megan, Bree, and Becca. And I guess we'll get into it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... This one's kind of just like free rolling with it. So however you guys really want to start, unless you want me to ask the generic questions.
I mean, we can start with our ratings if you want us to.
Yeah. We haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little lost.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I guess I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
I would give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm not even playing any games. I'm not playing any games. This is great. And and out of Chili's? Out of Chili's?
Mm-hmm.
5 out of 5. I almost gave it a 4 out of 5 because I was at the end of the book and I was like, man, I just need one more scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's gonna get there. I was like, I need more. And then she gave it to us and I was like, all right, that's it. Sold. 5 out of 5. Highly recommend this book.
Gosh.
Like, just 5s across the board. I love the way that she does enemies to lovers. It is not like any other book that we have read so far. Like, they still don't even know if they truly love each other as of right now. Nothing has been said. We're in book 2. It is the very end. Nothing has been said. And I love how she goes back and forth. I think this book was made like focused on like their relationship a lot more than like action and stuff, which like kind of upset me, but then again it didn't. But the way that she does it, where she's like, oh, they're mesmerizing every single freckle and thing on their body, to the next line being, but she knows they'll have to betray each other. Like, that is, I love that. I love that contrast. So Enemies to Lovers, the best one that I've read so far. The action towards the end of the book was great. And that plot twist at the end, I was not expecting any of that. So we'll dive into that more, but I wanted to hear what you guys think.
Yeah. Becca seems like she shared a similar rating, so she can go next.
Yeah, I was literally like jumping in my chair over here because I loved this. The one night I think I stayed up till like 4 a.m. because I couldn't put it down. And yeah, so like overall I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. And then Chili Peppers also, well, I'm gonna go with the 4. I loved all the scenes, but Brie, like you were saying, one of the tropes that I hate is when enemies to lovers isn't done well. It's like, you know, like maybe they bicker a little bit, they have a little banter, but this is like literally in their blood. They are meant to hate each other, and then they are like forced to love each other. Like, I know Brie, you said that they might not 100% love each other, but I loved the back and forth. I loved the contrast of light and dark, all the like her analogies that she uses. Like it's like they are literal enemies. They could not be more different. And like just them and their relationship unfolding. And then I literally, when we were talking about sweating, it was during the moonless night, I was like shaking. The suspense was amazing. So anyway, this was a great read. Would highly recommend. I am obsessed.
All right. To be honest, I think the first time we did our review ever for the Hurricane Wars, we did it in this order, which I think is funny. Because I went last. So I didn't give it a 5 out of 5, but I did give it a 4 out of 5. I think the reason being was that I did think that the spice element happened a little too late for me. Which, I mean, if you want to kind of compare, you can compare to Mist and Fury, which does take half a book, so I guess that's fair. But I was in such anticipation of it happening that I was like, all right, come on. And there were some typos in my book, so that kind of just did me dirty a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall, the spice, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I just got done reading like The Ritual and all these other books before this. Yeah, the smuttiest of smutty books before this. So I could not, in good conscience, give it a 5 out of 5. I'm so sorry. But like I think The Sinner was right before this, so I could not give it a 5 out of 5. But I did give it a 3 out of 5, and I just really like the dynamic of this book. Like you said, they're just two people sworn to hate each other, and them like coming slowly together, I thought was really nice, while still playing like the political games that they were kind of in with both of their countries. And the spice, when it finally did happen, like that moment, I even tabbed the start of it, not knowing it was going to go like a whole 17, 20 pages, which was really nice. I like that she used like a whole good amount of time to really like get out the details. And like you said, Brie, like the way she talked about it was very similar to chapter 55 for Mist and Fury, because it was so romantic. It was so like gazing into each other's eyes and learning every curve of their skin, like stuff like that. Like the romantic words and gestures, it just made you feel really sweet. And it just like, I don't know, it just striked like a little like schoolgirl feeling in me. And yeah, the ending, like holy shit. I thought that this book was going to end the series. I thought this was it.
Yeah, I didn't know there was going to be 3.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be 3? Oh god, hold on.
There has to be.
If there isn't, I will riot.
They literally have to. She has to.
She has to make it. I just didn't. I thought it was gonna maybe be longer. I was like, I don't know if it was gonna be 3. Is the next book's the final one?
I mean, if that's the final one, that's fine. I just really thought that this one was gonna be the last. So when it kept going and going, it was really Mist and Fury for me. Like it kept going, and I'm like, okay, wait, everything's kind of like working out. Okay, wait, it's not. Wait, what's happening? Like it just, I thought it was gonna wrap up really fast with no resolution because I've seen that before. But like it just like hit you with the drama, and that's like, and then she saw dark, and it's like, holy fuck, what is happening? So yeah, it would have been a 5 out of 5 for the things that I stated, but this was a really great book. I love this book.
Do you know the TikTok audio? It's enough slices.
It's enough slices.
That's what I was thinking, because
Yes.
I was like, okay, there's only 5 pages left. There's only 4 pages left.
Yep.
I'm like, what? Stop.
Yep.
I know.
Stop. Wait.
Wait.
Let me tell you something.
I didn't even think I was reading those pages at that point. I was just skimming. I was like, who is it? What is happening?
Yeah. And even the reveal of like who it wasn't drastic. It was just like, wait, what the fuck is happening? Like,
I'm still a little.
But
yeah,
you know
a
what
little
it is for me?
shook.
I feel like she did not get any screen time. I literally went back and I was like, who is Oriya? I was like, I was not paying attention to her. Like, she was not on my radar whatsoever. So that made it like so much more.
Yeah, because you're like, who is
Trail.
that? I have no idea who
Yeah.
that is.
Right? Anyway, jaw was dropped.
Yeah, multiple jaws. I guess we could do our basic questions because I wrote out answers to mine. But I guess we could do our favorite character, who we like the most in this book / series so far.
I don't think I can choose, honestly. The majority of this book, there weren't a lot of extra characters involved, if you know what I mean. It was strictly really about Taliesin and Alaric's relationship
Yeah.
and them kind of working together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had what's his name, Severum, a couple of times, who's like the comedic relief, which I always appreciate any type of comedy.
Yeah.
But like besides that, like nobody was really else involved. But I do have to say this: I still love Taliesin, and I still love Alaric as well. But I don't know. I feel like if I say this, everyone's gonna hate me because everyone is so happy, like in regards to like strong female characters and things like that. And I feel like sometimes it's forced down your throat, like this is the main character and you have to like them, and they're a tough badass woman. I don't feel that way with Taliesin. It's like Talison's tough and she can hold her own, but it's not like she's cocky about it. It's not like anything. She tries her damnedest and hardest all the time. And I appreciate that. So I have mad respect for her.
Yeah. I agree with that. Becca?
Okay. um, like you were saying, Brie, like I really can't choose between Taliesin and Alaric. I felt like each scene, I was like on a seesaw, one to the other, one to the other. But I will say, supporting characters, Severum. I remember I made a note in Hurricane Wars, and I was like, I hope that we get to see more of him because I loved that little comedic relief, and I'm glad we got to see like more of his personality in this book.
Mhm.
But other than our main two, I actually loved Talison's dad, Prince
Oh,
Eladri.
Elagby,
yeah, Elegby.
Maybe it hit me in the daddy issues, but I was like, wow, he is
Right. He was like, damn.
he is yeah, it's like he's like everything in a father, and like I love that there were so many nice phrases that I should have tapped, but it was like I never stopped loving you since you were gone, stuff like that, like just so supportive because she's going through so much, like having to learn about light weaving. She is betraying Sardovia, and then she's marrying this man that she doesn't know who's going to literally stab her in the back overnight. And like he is like the support that she needs, because I feel like at one point she was like crashing out a little bit, as is rightfully okay, but like I just loved that support that he gave. And we had also little comedic moments from him when when he tried to outdrink him when he was talking to him man to man. It was just really cute, like to see that someone went all the way for her growing up as an orphan and then being used as a weapon. Like he actually cares about her, like not her properties that are like abused almost. So because I feel like Talison's like it's duty over what she wants, and no matter what she wants, she'll never get. So I really like that he's always there for her, and she knows that in the back of her mind. Like even during the chaos scene with the assassination, she like locked eyes and like he came back to save her. I was like, that is the cutest thing ever.
That was an MVP right there.
Seriously, she's like, get out of here, make sure he's safe. And he was safe with his little what is it for the president,
his little,
the protection squad.
Oh, Secret Service.
Secret Service, thank you. And then he came back. I was like pumping my fist. I got a little like Green Goblin moment when he was like behind him, but anyway.
Hell yeah. We love a Green Goblin moment. Honestly, I think mine's pretty generic, but I don't care. I think my favorite character was Elric. He's just such a soft, like, cinnamon roll grumpy boy, man. Like, I wouldn't even say he's morally gray, because he doesn't do anything, like, his actions aren't immoral or anything like that. He's just literally like this. He has like such strong feelings that he just doesn't get out. Like he just internalizes everything, but he has so much emotion and feeling. And because he fell first, and that was like my favorite feeling. I was like, yep, he wins the Nobel Peace Prize for that one.
He's just broken. He never had, affection. Oh, the scenes where his mom left him. Oh God, I just wanted to sob.
Did you?
And then Taliesin. No, I didn't sob. No tears.
No blue tabs.
Wait, Becca, did you cry here?
No blue tabs. No tears. I
Ooh.
did not cry for this one.
That's good.
I don't know if I'm just like desensitized. I've been reading a lot of suspense thrillers, but no blue tabs here.
She can now kill a person and feel nothing. Don't worry, Onyx Storm comes out in 3 weeks, guys.
Oh yes,
God,
yeah.
I'm
2
ready.
weeks.
Torn anew.
2 weeks, we're gonna be sobbing uncontrollably.
Let me order blue tabbies in bulk.
Yeah, really. Just box of tissues next to you the whole time. Okay, then I guess we can talk about like how we feel about the ending, because I know that we touched on it briefly, but we can kind of talk about the ending and what we think is gonna happen after that.
You guys can go first. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
I want Brie to go first.
Wait, I don't know how I feel still. Wait, why am I going
That's why I didn't want to go first.
Because you touched on it a little bit, so I want you to go first, because I feel like you'll have a lot of theories and stuff.
I don't think I'll have a lot of theories. Okay. I still am overwhelmed. I don't know what the fuck happened, honestly. Like, because she mentioned her grandmother, and I was like, wait, did her grandmother? Is it her grandmother that's against her, actually? Or is it these other group of people? Like, I'm still not certain on that. Well, I might have to just read it again, because I feel like I was just, like, freaking out at this point.
I think it was... I don't really know.
Because on page 383, I don't know which of us is more unfortunate. Right? We both lost our mothers when we were young, and now at least you still have Prince Elugby. But at least my grandmother didn't kill my mother.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
And then it was like, what? Nani? And
then
then...
sorry, go ahead.
And then that's when all this stuff was happening with, like, them being, like, Tempest weavers or whatever they are. Which I'm like, where the fuck did they come from?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought everything... I don't remember. I'd have to pull out the first book to be like, I don't remember them mentioning them. I just remember Shadowforged and, like...
I don't think there was...
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I don't think there was many mention. Like, in this book, I think Alaric did tell her that there were other severs, almost like elementals.
They did talk about a water.
Yeah, water.
Because water,
earth.
it said like water magic and like there's a couple other ones. But maybe Tempest is like wind, I'm guessing. But yeah, I was curious about that too.
Did they ever mention a Tempest Sever on Nenevar? I don't remember.
I don't think they did. Because they're not in search for that.
Until she said, like, at the end of the book, like, hold on, last page, hold on. She said something about, like, the Tempest Sever going on. From whenever the... A sound she recognized whenever the Tempest Severs activated.
Well, maybe because it looks like it's lightning activated. Because said hand on her spine, there was a jolt as though that hand had pushed her with all the resounding strength of a horse's kick.
Oh, gotcha.
Bluish white lightning filled her vision and shot through her body.
Yeah. So I guess if that's true and there actually is other severs and whatnot, then assuming other people can also connect and have these powers, why isn't there somebody with void? You know,
the void
magic.
sever.
Well, there's a void sever.
Wasn't the void sever?
I thought that was death magic.
Yeah, it was like necrotic damage. That's how I took it.
Yeah, nobody
was supposedly up the mountain, and he's the one who breathes it. And then they questioned, is each sever an actual, like, dragon?
Right, and like, I
or
think
a god or something, you know?
Ooh. Well, I think they regard the dragons like,
as their gods.
But like, I don't know if a human can harness it because like it kills anything it touches. So maybe that's why, but maybe we just haven't like been introduced to that yet.
Because they're all on it.
Right, Ronnie.
Tell Ronnie to shut up.
Can you hear Nick? I'm like
But
holding my to my mouth so that it doesn't pick up on him and it's just me.
God.
I'll try to
Because
mute
if I'm too quiet, my mic will adjust, like pick up him back.
Yeah, I mean, I think that whatever has to do with the severs and the dragons is definitely going to come back because it was touched on briefly, but I feel like it's going to make a return of like when they sent the void dragon back, and the only way they did that was because she was like, it's not your time yet, like we're not going to meet yet kind of thing. So like I know that the Lachis Ka is whatever she is, like they're supposed to be like descendants, but it just seemed like it was a little too close not to be like not just a descendant but like literally a reincarnation.
Yeah.
That's how I felt too. He recognized her.
Right, as like one of the lineage, but not exact. I felt it was like almost like an avatar type thing.
That's how it felt, yeah.
Maybe after like X amount of generations you get reincarnated.
Or just has like the soul of that person, just doesn't have any memories or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, the ending I didn't expect at all, but all I can say is that the only thing I can think of for the next book is that it's literally I feel like we're gonna get like a oh wait, I can't make that reference. I feel like we're gonna get I don't know, we're gonna get like Taliesin locked away, like maybe tortured. Like I feel like the book will be bigger. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of chapters of, like, her stuck somewhere, not sure what to do, and he's going to be trying to save her. And then I also have a weird, sick feeling that her friend Kaede, right? Is that her name?
I've been saying Kahid, but that's also...
I said Katie.
They're all plausible.
Katie!
Katie!
I have a feeling that she's somehow behind this, and that she has, like, a different sever power, and that she's looking for revenge for her husband that died. Somehow.
It's a good theory. I like that.
Because, like, he said he found her. Like, and that was it. Like, he was like, oh, I found her. Or I found information on her.
He confirmed that she was alive.
Yeah. But that was it. So it's just like,
right.
The whole book, she's been worrying about her friend, if she was dead or alive with her baby. And all he said was, she's alive. So what if that baby died? And then she's just, like, got this mentality of revenge. And she was, like, harnessing a power. I don't know. It just seems weird that she would be looking for her this entire time for one mention, and then she's like, oh, okay.
I like that theory. And then also, like, her other fellow soldiers were like, you betrayed us, because she's playing her part so well. So, like, what if Gahid, whatever you called her, Katie has, like, really bad blood.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like that theory.
Because just to have more people to turn against her, like, if she's trapped somewhere and she has people that she knew and loved and they turn against her, you know, that would destroy a person.
Did you guys mention, do you think that her powers are going to be completely taken away?
That is one of my theories, and
Yeah.
I
thought it was going to be an Avatar thing, like Korra losing her powers, yeah.
That the vial, I think
they better not give it right back to her, though. That'll piss me off.
Yeah. She gotta be in a wheelchair like Korra was for, like, a whole season.
Yeah. Like my boy Kale.
Kale Train! I think that what was in that syringe was definitely the Saruman's, I imagine as a parrot, the parrot's blood that cancels their powers. I think that was perfected. And here's another crazy theory. So I do not trust Grandma. I do not trust Lachi's Ka.
I've been saying that, yeah.
So back to our theories at the end of the book. This is why I don't know what to think, because this is a little outlandish, but Oral says, you really don't belong here in Nenevar. No one in the Dominion Court would have ever fallen for that. And, like, I was like, okay, so would have never fallen for, like, faking ill and then, like, getting the support and then poisoning them. And then I was like, oh, how did Talisin's mom die? She had an uncurable fever that no one had ever seen in this culture that has science that is beyond what was on the continent. I was like, no fucking way. Grandma pulled a Princess Diana and wanted to off her daughter-in-law. And I think that the Lachi's Ka Grandma is somehow in cahoots with Gaheris, because they both want to keep Taliesin in check.
I said that the first book. That was my theory, the first book.
Okay, I'm with it.
I remember writing down that theory. I think I have it on a sticky note. That one of my theories was that they're working together somehow.
Yeah, because I was like, she's always whispering in Talisin's ear, and then Gaheris is whispering in Alaric's ear, and, like, I was like, it is a little too on point how much they want to rely on Taliesin and what, like, they want to use her for.
And especially if you think, like, she has a lot of power over Taliesin, but then also, like, Gaheris has so much power. Wow, I can hear my husband in your mic. Oh my god. Alright, I'll start over. Like, she whispers a lot in Talisin's ear, and also Gaheris whispers a lot in Alaric's ear. But the one part where he was like, oh, I can feel my father trying to go through the shadows to speak to me, but I'm going to ignore it. Like, and then his father didn't bother him. It was like, he could, if it was that important, like, he could easily break through and contact you.
Right.
If
like
he's
the
that
manipulation
powerful.
Of
So,
Gaheris.
yeah, so what if it was just like a little tickle in his ear to be like, ha, I'm still here, but like, know that I'm behind the shadows.
Yeah, he's playing mind games with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like sometimes like when he first failed with the pretty much like suicide bombing, and then when he just gave him the bird and like like Alaric's painting him to be so cruel, like he would have gotten beaten for like stepping out of line, and now Gaheris is deciding to be merciful after like literally giving him like altering scars. I was like, why is he being so chill about these like seemingly big things? Like that's a big red flag.
And you could see like halfway through the book that Grandma was kind of like taking a step back.
Right.
She wasn't as involved as she was in the first book. She kind of just like, oh, the dragon, like the end of the world, like I'm gonna flee. And it wasn't really like, she was just giving her like a little sound advice, but she wasn't being as up her butt as she was the first book.
I think she knows they was fucking.
Oh yeah.
Because she was always like, you have to control your man, learn how to bat your eyelashes, like
but
using every weapon to control him.
It's just like she didn't, I don't know, I feel like she didn't have that like strategy in the first book. She was just like, you gotta take down everyone, blah blah, and now she's like, you just gotta be a pretty little girl. Like, it just seemed like a 180 for me.
I think it's because of the manipulation. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She's seeing these signs. Like, even the one girl, Jai, like her lady in waiting, noticed like a little bit of spark there. So if she noticed that, Grandma definitely noticed it. So I think then she like molded her tactic. She's like, okay, we can't use like your fighting power to take him down, so we're going to use your charm and your body to take him down. And like, even one of the other ladies in waiting, when she mentioned like the favorite of the Lachiska, like she will sleep like use sleeping as a weapon, you know?
Yeah.
And it seemed to be really common in their culture.
That's why I wonder if like this coup is or this kidnapping coup, whatever this is called, like I wonder if this was orchestrated by Grandma and Gaheris, because then they know Alaric, whatever, he'll go on like a killing rampage. And pin him as the villain. But also, while also keeping Gaheris in power, because he doesn't want to give it over to him. And what better way to like take down your heir that you know is gonna overstep you because he's that powerful as well, like than setting up a stage for him to be kind of like arrested and caught for killing people.
Yeah, and then again using his attraction against him, because like you said, he's like gonna be vulnerable.
That makes sense too. And I'm just thinking about, you know how Vela, is that her name? Vela?
Yeah.
Asked Taliesin about the void cannons. They're like, where are they getting all this void magic from? If they have a limited amount. They don't just have it from that one ship that they have.
Yeah.
It's starting to make sense, like, hey, this grandmother is actually behind the scenes supplying this to Gaheris. And all that stuff too.
Yeah, and then they were also very like forthcoming. Did you notice like they kept saying like, oh, you're sending so many mangoes, you're sending so many mangoes?
Yeah,
mangoes.
Not the mangoes.
Right, like way too much food for 2 days. Like maybe that could also feed into that like bribery type thing.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have dirt on each other, the Grandma and Gaheris. Like, whatever the dirt is, I guess we'll find out, but it's like any political, like, scheme, right? Like, it's literally like, you know, we don't bomb you, and you don't bomb us, because we have this that you want, and you have this that we want. So it's like, it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like the same thing with them. Like, they say they want to take down each other, but are they really going to? Probably not, because they probably have agreements, but then also, like, the grandma's so shifty that it's like, and so is Gaharis, so I could see them agreeing and then immediately trying to take each other down by any means necessary.
So, and I just want to go back on this because I just want to make sure that like you guys mentioned it. So you're saying that they work together because of, like, if we put all the evidence together, one, they're being weird and shifty. They have this magic that they're getting that they're not supposed to have somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you mentioned the mangoes, it's probably being sent with the mango shipment.
Yeah, to cover the mangoes are the cover.
That's what it is.
Much like cocaine.
And then in regards to, like, the medication that they used to knock her out,
Mm-hmm.
like, that medicine wasn't being made by Nenevar, right? That was being made by
The Dominion.
Gaharis.
Yeah, the Gaharis.
Yeah, Gaharis stole it.
He stole the cerumen.
Yeah, he
But
stole the bird.
In terms of that serum, he was trying to figure out a way how he could use it
Yeah.
to take away magic. So we're saying that the serum that they use, that possibly is probably from Gaharis, that they perfected it and gave it to Nenevar's people.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess too.
because he did tell Alaric too, he was like, remember, all you have to do is, like, I think he was like, get close to her, get her away from the light sever, and bring her to me, and I'll take care of the rest. Is like, it's kind of like what he said. So, I mean, I took that as taking care of the rest was that he'll give her the serum so she can't use her light sever powers.
Yeah, and I think this plays more into it because, like, Gaharis hates all Lightweavers, but knows he needs Taliesin for, like, this marriage connection. So, like, let's take away her threat, you know, let's take away her power. And I think at one point, Alaric is like, I will never let them take away their magic. It changes you. So it makes me think it's like a permanent thing. And, like, what better pliable girl, like we said, like, you know, she's pretty much just like a sex object to her grandma, and then also is absolutely, like, not a threat. And, like, they already tried to wipe out the Lightweavers. She's the only one left. So, like, what a perfect combination to take out her, like, biggest trump card.
Yeah, I agree.
And it benefits both Gaharis and Lachiska.
I agree. Because they did what they were supposed to do. They did the Darkless Night, or whatever it's called, the Moonless Night. So they did it. And she said that the dragon won't be back for another 1,000 years. So it's basically someone else's problem. So...
You mentioned babies.
Yeah.
We need babies. She needs to be alive.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another good point.
But, like, she did kind of say, like they did it. It's done. It's not going to happen for 1,000 years. So, like, it's kind of like they did that thing that they were supposed to do. So now it's like the Lachiska and Gaharis are like, oh, we don't need you anymore. So
yeah, like now they're just pawns.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your shit away because we don't need it now. Haha.
I was gonna say, do you think that the dragons will kind of come back? There was something about. I thought that the dragons were gonna help them defeat this thing because the dragons, like, all the magic's kind of like connected through them, like when they were touching them. I was like, okay. I was like, maybe they'll kind of blow their fire on this other dragon and something will happen. But I don't know. Maybe they could... Maybe she'll learn from the dragons. It'll be like a Zuko...
That's kind of what I was going to say.
Sort of moment where she's going to learn how to just fucking weave everything and be the avatar of all severs. Like,
I was thinking... what I was going to say actually is very similar to that. Like, I think that if she does lose her power, I don't think it's going to be permanent because I think whatever happens in this next book, if she gets, like, free of where she is, if she's powerless, I feel like it's going to be like an Avatar thing where she's going to go and learn. She's going to find a light sever dragon. If that's what they're insinuating, that all these different severs have dragons, I think she's going to find a light sever one and she's going to learn to get the raw power from that dragon.
Yes, I am loving all of this Avatar.
Yeah. Literally is. Because I feel like she's the last one. It's... I just feel like to learn, like, the raw power from the source would make her unstoppable. And that's, I don't know, it just seemed like it would be kind of cool.
But I kind of also want to know what the difference is if she learns it from the dragons from the Severs, and what's the difference between Gaheris and him just completely, palpatining.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? What makes him so strong, or
Gaheris?
what exactly did he have to do to be like that?
Yeah, I don't think they said, right?
Unless he's communing with the Sever, the Shadowforged Sever dragon thing, and he's done it.
Maybe I'm reading way too into this, but I did think about that. I was like, how is Gaheris so strong? And she mentioned multiple times how frail he was, how thin his skin has become, like how gaunt he is. So I think that, like you said, Bree, something with like maybe the necrotic magic, he's like sacrificing his life force. Get
Made a
so
deal.
much power. Right, because like I think after he saved their ceremony with like that, I just kind of imagined it as like a big dome of like shadow magic. And he had to rest for way longer than normal, and like I wish I did tabs, but like, she was making a point to like make sure we knew how frail he was.
Yeah,
I mean, or maybe something else is going to happen with that, but like I think like his health is definitely playing into his source of power. Or lack thereof. He had a lot and now it's waning, and I think that's also why he's pushing Alaric so much and wants to put Taliesin down so much, because he's like, I won't be here for much longer, and Alaric has to step up and he's not ready. So like, let's tip the scales in his favor, so when Gaheris is eventually gone, he's a little more prepared to like kind of get this brokerage between Nenevar and their kingdom and like control them. But again, I might be reading too into this, because I loved this. I loved the suspense and the mystery. And you guys know I am a suspense mystery thriller girl.
Girly.
A mystery girly.
So
but yeah, I loved it.
Hear me out. Here's my crack theory.
Give it to me.
Let's say, okay, so he's really, like, Gaheris is really weak and he's frail, but he's very, very powerful. And Alaric is powerful, but he's young. He's not as powerful as his dad, though. What if, because the Void Dragon was a person, apparently, from the way that they were saying, that he was, like, in love with the Lachis Ka. What if that Void Dragon was a person? And what if Gaheris is the Shadow Dragon, and he just has a human form? And that's like it's taking a toll on his body. Nobody? All right, there's my crack theory.
I am nodding over here. I'm sorry. Like I was speechless. I did not put any of that together, and I loved it, and I was following along, and I was like, logic.
You think there was logic there?
Absolutely. You left me speechless. I am like nodding.
I just like, I think like, I don't know, because if you think like the Void Dragon, it was over a millennia ago that he was in love with the Lachis Ka. So, but how would that be? It's strange to me that the logic would be that dragon, if he was just a dragon, he had such intelligence of a human being and emotions of a human being, but the other dragons that they saw come out of the water, they didn't seem like they had that heightened of intelligence and emotions as humans. They just seemed like they were oversized, loyal dogs in a nicer way. So it would make kind of a little bit of sense if that Void Dragon was a person, but his final form was a dragon, fell in love with the Lachis Ka, and then she died, and then he decided to turn into a dragon to kind of escape and wreak havoc on the world for how sad he was. So what if all these Severs have dragons and they can change from human to dragon form? And if Gaheris is in his human form for so long, then that takes a toll on his body when he's supposed to be in his dragon form. Because it doesn't say how long he's... I mean, it said he ruled. He killed his father, right? And then he ruled. But... And then it would kind of make sense why Alaric is so strong. If he's a dragonborn shadow weaver. Shadowforge. I don't know.
I like that theory though because
I'm on a dragon kick, so I don't know. Could be me.
and then we're gonna get another one.
Yep.
No, I like that theory because, like, if I'm recalling correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the Hurricane Wars, when Taliesin was learning about her culture, they said that her people were descendants of dragons, right? And that was why the dragons don't attack them. Like, they know about the blood that runs through them.
The dragon blood in them. Yeah.
Right. So, like, that makes sense that, there's, like, a human dragon line. And then, like, one more thing is, like, the myth about the World Eater.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that came out to be true. So how do we not know that other, like, myths and, like, fairy tales, like the little rhymes she was learning, aren't true either?
Yeah. Yeah, because what if that World Eater dragon, the Void Dragon, what if that was a person? And what if that Lachis Ka was also a dragon? So they were in love for, like, they were mated dragons, but they could also turn into people. If that's where that dragon blood came from.
Another good theory. And then also, like, Taliesin could just, like, talk to the World Eater, and, like, I know we were saying, like, the ancestral line, but, like, that just makes sense, like, they were one people at once, like, they can just understand each other. Because Alaric is like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to?
Yeah, exactly. I'm writing this down. Because I'll forget.
I'm just trying to find the thing of, like, when they were talking about the Bakun and, like, his whole
yes.
field. Do you know what page it is?
The what?
Like, when they were talking about, like, the story.
Like the like, fairy tale.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I tab that. You mean the story about the World Eater?
Yeah.
Like the one that Taliesin remembered.
Yep. When they first mention it, and they like, this is the tale of whatever, and this is what.
Yeah, like the little rhyme that she was hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she was telling it. Was she speaking to Alaric, telling him about it?
It was either that, or I think she was just like, oh, I remember this.
I don't remember. I'm so upset that I didn't tab this, but I didn't want to. I lost my clear plastic ones. That's what I wanted to put on. Little sprayed edges. Oh, I love their little banter about the birds and what they named it, and now it's like watermelon.
Yeah.
And guava is like the other bird that he kept.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're cute together.
Yeah.
I really hope nothing happens.
I love them. I was really worried when, like, they were getting scarred. I was like, oh no, is his face just gonna melt off? And he's gonna be a Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I imagine like half his eye is scarred. I imagine like a Zuko type scar, but like it goes down to his ear as well.
Yep.
I was so worried.
Yeah, this book gave serious Star Wars Avatar vibes. I'm here for it. Yeah, I don't know. If you find it later, Bree, let us know. I don't know where it was. Yeah, I did tab, and it's so sick, but I did tab the chapter where they finally get together. Just like, I know exactly where. I know exactly where Miss and Fury, where they get together. Right exactly in chapter 55. Or no, chapter 54. Like, right when the whole monologue starts. I know exactly where that is. Because that's, like, one of those things, if like, I need some serotonin, I'll go back and I'll read it. Like, just the way she wrote it, it was just so sweet. Like, romantic.
I'm fucked up. Because I tabbed the headboard from Silver Lining.
I mean, I don't need to tab that, Becca. I know where that is.
Well, now I know where it is after frequent visits.
Frequent visits at 2 a.m. Yeah, no, I just, like, I literally started, like, the tab is halfway through page 214, and it just keeps going, and going, and going, and going. Like, it's literally, like, almost 20 pages of just...
It's just that chapter, and then it goes to the
It's
next
2.
chapter, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, we didn't get enough. Here's some more, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, give it to me.
Because that's the one thing. The one thing in the Hurricane Wars that just annoyed me was that little sliver of something, and then that was it. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then she really pulled out all the stops there, like literally.
Say she better make this book spicy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I did say if this one wasn't spicy, I wasn't gonna keep going, and she delivered.
And she delivered.
She delivered. And I like how they literally were like, yeah, and we just went into a broom closet. I was like, here we go. This is it. They're just...
I was gonna ask what your guys' favorite Taliesin and Alaric moment was.
The initial one. Where they're like...
the Monsoon.
Yeah, where she's like flirting with him, and he's like, what are you doing with your face?
Oh,
Are you... That's what I tapped. What's wrong with your face? Are you in pain?
So funny.
That was great.
Yeah, and then he goes on the whole thing of like, I don't know why you would do that. You're perfect, and stop flirting with me. Like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh my god, all the word vomit. I love it.
Oh yeah, I love that, like, that tension right there where she just storms off, and like you could just picture them arguing in this monsoon that's going on.
Like in reality, that monsoon would crash a tree on them, but you know, go off. Yeah, I just have a feeling it's gonna be not as spicy the next book, considering where this left off, but this gave me enough in this book that I'm invested fully. I don't know if I was fully invested before this came out, but I'm definitely 100% invested.
Yeah, I like the way that she's writing. I felt like the first book, she did a really good job of introducing us to the world. Introducing us to the main characters and really creating that tension for like true enemies to lovers. And like by the end of that first book, we weren't even at lovers. We were nowhere near. And that first book is really just setting the plot and what the issue is. This book was Taliesin and Alaric's book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is their relationship, how it transcends and kind of evolves into now. All right, now back to the heavy political shit that is gonna just fuck you up.
There's like too many plot lines, unless the book's gonna be like...
We have no clue where it's going, like...
Yeah.
Right.
The heavy political shit, but he's gonna literally destroy the world to get her back.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, not to answer my own question, but I just need to say this. His little jealousy moment at the ball, speaking of like possession and like getting back what is his, I was like pounding my fist on the table. I was like... I could not. I was like squealing. I was like, I love it. Like,
hold on. What line did he say that I was literally like pumping my fist in the air?
Right. I like.
Sorry, I can just picture it, just fist pumping in the air, like.
Let's fucking go.
Like I think Becca, you said it. Like he fell first, yes, but he also fell harder, and I was screaming.
Oh yeah. The poor. He definitely was a virgin, come on. But
They both were a thing.
Yeah. The poor virgin man in the first book got his first 30 seconds of heaven. And he was like, I can't let this woman go. He's like, that was just too damn good. I can't. He's like, I think I love this lady. I want to marry her. Oh, wait. We're already married. I want to marry her again.
I loved that.
What did he say to her? Hold on, I'm actually in this way. Honestly, that was my favorite scene. I'll be honest.
I think I found it. When he pulled her away, she goes, "You should be sorry. Honestly, those other men out there wouldn't be such a pain in the." And then he kisses her and goes, "Talk about other men again." And I was like, I like gasped. I was like, "Ooh."
I know. I literally the reason I love him so much is because, like, okay, so on the outside. Like, in no situation, he's just a little grumpy, but he just doesn't talk. He's just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna do my thing. But on the inside, he's so squishy and soft. He just, like, he falls in love with the first thing he sees. He has so much, like, emotion on the inside. But then when he gets jealous, it turns into, like, a whole different person. Like, he's not like that all the time. Like, sometimes when... I read, like, dark romances or romances in general, like, when the main male character is always the same, like, the always jealous, it kind of gets tiring after a while, because it's like, okay, you have one note and it's just jealousy, but like this man has so many different ranges that it's like it was refreshing to see a character. He's not morally gray, but just like a character that's like has all these feelings, but he's grumpy. Yeah, just a big layered man.
Sometimes
like
I
an
imagine
ogre.
him like
Yeah.
an emo kid.
Like onions. What'd you say?
Sometimes I imagine him like an emo kid. Like,
Yeah.
gosh, I hate my dad.
He beats me.
He beats me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
And forces me into political servitude.
My dad didn't, but you know.
Bree, I think I'm sorry. I found a better one, and this is the last thing I'll say because I just need to share.
Okay.
Well, funny enough, he goes, "I don't want to share." He repeated, nipping at a sensitive spot below her jaw. "Not with Mantez, not with any of them. I don't give a damn what your court says. I don't care if it's par for the course you take favorites. You swore yourself to me." I was like,
I know, I
You're
love
like-
him. But Daddy, I love him.
No, honestly, my favorite line is 634 when she's like, "We shouldn't." She's like, "Anyone can walk in," and he goes, "Let the Never Iron see that their Leshka ride the Night Emperor's face." I was like,
Yes, I remember that one.
"Yeah,
Oh
I think
my
it was
God.
let them hear my wife scream." Or
yeah,
something.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Yep. Oh wait,
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
he is a virgin. I just skipped to that page
Yeah.
with that whole
They both are.
monologue. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they were each other's first kiss as well. They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Gross.
like they keep talking about like you say gross.
Yeah, the first kiss is always just the worst.
I know, but like they keep talking about like they didn't have time for anything other than like fighting and training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like like you said, the tension. He just has so many one-liners that just made me swoon. Like literally. When he opens his mouth. Whew, Lord.
I do have one more thing, Bree. Did you think of anything?
No.
Mm-mm.
Really quick, I do want to say I literally did not look at this cover in as much detail, or even at the end reading it, because I take the dust jacket off.
Oh.
And like
yeah,
looking
too.
at
Mine
it
off,
now, talking to you guys, like there's so much imagery. I'm not sure if just like take a look like at. I didn't notice that like on Alaric's face he now has the death magic scar, but it looks like his maul, but it also looks like a dragon. And then you have the World Eater dragon, and then you have the eclipse going on with the 7 sister moons. I was like, I did not notice this attention to detail, and I love it. And like he has a star on his forehead, she has a moon, like the opposites of each other. It's just really beautiful.
Yeah, that's the one thing I will give her. Well, great book, obviously, I'll give her, but her covers on her books, holy shit. They are just so beautiful. I don't think I have any other cover I don't think has, like, gotten me this good. Like, these are just so beautiful to look at.
Yeah, and they are like originally, and then once you read the book, at least for me, like it has so much more meaning than when I grabbed it. Like
Yeah.
I did really look at it. I did really look at the sprayed edges, but like it did not make as much of like a potent impact as it does now.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
You know what else made that scene? I'm sorry. I was thinking
Go
about
on.
it. The fact that he had his mask on. Oh God, best man. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how I felt about that mask.
I like antlers or something, but whatever. It was covering like half his face.
I like
don't know, but-
scarred-faced men, so no mask and a scar would have been perfect.
Well, he has a scar now.
Well,
Does have a scar.
it's my man.
That's one more thing
That's
I
my
love
man.
when my man.
My man.
When they both got their scars, they just like learned them, like we were talking about, like learning the freckles, and then they're like, continue on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like it really didn't phase them that like they're both have these like
Scar
in
for
other
life.
words like horrific scars, because
Yeah.
like some other people, like he said, like they were like averting their eyes or scared of him, and like they just like took a moment and they're like, cool, let's keep going.
Yeah, she's like, cool, I think you're beautiful. Anyway, let's do the dirty. Okay, so this was A Monsoon Rising. This was Megan, Becca, and Bree, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so this was A Monsoon Rising. This was Megan, Becca, and Bree, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.